And a good Saturday morning to you, Wobbles. Weather dot meteorologist Evan Hatter here as we watch a wintry scenario heading our way as we head through the next couple of days or so. The big story, I think, beyond anything else, is going to be the huge amount of cold Arctic air that will be pushing into the Wobbles region as we head through the next few days, really starting tonight. I mean, it's cold out there now, but it's going to get even colder as we head through the next 2 or 3 days or so. A look outside right now at the current satellite imagery showing we're starting to get some clearing pushing into the region this afternoon, or this morning, I should say, as we head into the afternoon. You'll notice we zoom in here on the GOES 16 satellite imagery, the cloud line basically from about Beaver Dam over toward Brownsville, pushing over toward Glasgow at this point. Everything continuing to push on off to the east. The chill follows this as we watch the first of several systems begin to push on out of the region. There's our strong low pressure from the other day. It's up toward Lake Huron at this point. That's going to be pushing on out. But you notice what's going on out to the west. We're increasing low pressure out to the west as this next little shortwave trough, as we call it, starts to push on into the region. That's going to enhance the potential for at least a little bit of snow as we head toward the weekend. As we head towards later on the weekend and into your Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. We're not there yet. First off is going to be the cold. But first, let's also take a look at what we got going on outside. This is the Beach Tree News Skycam overlooking downtown Morgantown at this point. And you can see the sunshine beginning to work into the region already this afternoon, or late this morning into this afternoon, and we will continue to see more of that. Here is the White Squirrel Weather Nest cam looking over the campus from Van Meter Hall, of course, right there just above the bottom of the image. That's EA Diddle Arena, where we've got a big-time basketball game, the third of the fourth new members of Conference USA, coming into Bowling Green this afternoon as Jacksonville State takes on WKU in a nationally televised game, 4 o'clock Central Time. Hope the folks down there will see you out at Diddle Arena this afternoon. In any case, we will continue to see cold air pushing in as the Jacksonville State Gamecocks come into town a little bit later on today. In fact, let's go to the mesonet temperatures at this hour, and you see most of us are hovering around freezing or a little below. Russellville, Franklin at freezing, 31 at both of our Warren County stations there at the WKU Farm and up at Ephraim White Park, and then 30 in Morgantown, 29 west of Glasgow, and 29 in Scottsville this morning, with some pretty chilly wind chills as well. Let's turn on the wind chill display, and you can see a lot of us are hanging in the 20s. Wind chill of 20 there on the Warren-Barron County line, 23 at both Warren County sites, 22 this morning, the temperature, or the wind chill, I should say, there in Scottsville, and Russellville hanging on to about 26. So it is a chilly start to the morning. The wind gusts, nothing like what we saw yesterday at this point. You see those wind gusts. Those are sustained winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. We show the gusts, and we're talking 15 to 20. So that's enhancing that wind chill already this morning, and it's only going to get colder than this as we head through the next little bit. As a matter of fact, let's show you the alert map for the state. Nothing in effect for Wobbles right now, but our friends down from the National Weather Service in Nashville have gone ahead and issued a winter storm watch for the counties south of the Tennessee border. Of course, that border line, the line between the Weather Service offices in Nashville and Louisville. Wouldn't imagine yet we'll see that. It could come at some point. Wind advisories across the east. The wind chill advisory currently in place for the Louisville Metro and southern Indiana. Wouldn't be shocked if that eventually gets pushed down in our direction as we head through the hours tomorrow. It is something we'll continue to watch as we head through the next couple of days. So the big issue with our winter system has been, where will it go? Where that low goes is critical in talking about where this snow is headed. So let's look at the latest run. Let's pull the latest run of the global forecast system, the American global model as we call it, as we head through the next few days. We're watching this shortwave trough. You kind of see it pushing through on the map there, already throwing some snow showers our way late tonight and into tomorrow morning. That probably wouldn't put a ton down, but we are watching. There's that next system moving our way. This is tomorrow afternoon. All right, this is about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, watching that move on in. But notice the GFS has been consistent in keeping the greater risk for snowfall further to the south and further to the east. You see, Monday, most of the snow falls to our south and to our east. We get a few flurries, we get a few snow showers, but not a huge deal. And then that system pushes on out, and we're left with some dry but bitterly cold conditions as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. So the latest run of the GFS, let's pull the latest run here, make sure we've got that loaded up. You see what we're talking about as we head through the overnight hours. It's already trying to throw a little bit of snow our way. The GFS, the trend being this is already pushing a little too far to the south. Okay, it shows nothing over central Kentucky. Over Wobbles, we're talking maybe a quarter inch of snow, and even down toward Nashville, they're barely getting an inch, with the main threat for that snowfall being from a line south of Little Rock into the northern parts of Mississippi and Alabama, which is a pretty significant snowfall for those folks, but not a lot here. Now, the question is, what's the GFS going to do with this? Because the other models are not necessarily agreeing with the GFS. One thing the GFS has a handle on, the cold. Let's pull the correct run of the GFS here, this morning's run. And you can already see by tomorrow morning, we're talking temperatures in the 10 to 15 range for air temperatures. We don't get very warm tomorrow with that Arctic air pushing in. This is with no snow, with temperatures in the upper teens to near 20, and then by Monday we're only pushing the low 20s for highs. Even into Tuesday we're pushing the upper teens for highs with temperatures in the teens at night. Wind chills even colder than that. Make sure again we got the latest run of the GFS. You see wind chills by tomorrow morning down near 0, if not a little below. Wind chills barely making it to 10 as we head into tomorrow morning. So some very cold air on the way as we head into the next few days. One model that doesn't necessarily agree with the GFS, though, as we look at this is the European model. Okay, this is the European model. We get these a couple of times a day, and you notice we've got that cold air in place. That is not in question. Okay, the models may still have some disagreements on where the snow is going to be, but it's going to be cold. That we have a pretty high confidence in telling you. And you notice the European model keeps the snow to the south and builds it again further to the south, from places like Birmingham to Huntsville up to Nashville, getting a little bit of snow with very little in the way of that snow working on through. And you get that base of that trough kind of pushing through and the coldest of the air pushing in. So you remember the GFS had about, this was this morning's GFS, this morning's run of the NAM, or excuse me, of the European model is not in yet, but so we'll await that. That's going to come in here within the next couple of hours or so. But you notice the European spits out between 7 and 10 inches of snow in southern Arkansas and parts of Mississippi, and into the Huntsville metro area, and then up towards Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, with only about a half inch of snow around here. Now, here's the thing. Even if we only get a half inch of snow, we're going to be dealing with the cold, so that snow is not going to move very much over the next few days, okay? So, again, that's one scenario that we're looking at as well. Another model we're looking at, this is the NAM. This is, again, I don't know why I had these set to Fridays runs. These are Saturday mornings runs. So the NAM runs, 4 times a day. It's about, let's see, just checking my watch here. Yeah, it's going to run its next model suite here in about, it's going to start it in about 20 minutes. We'll get that in a couple of hours. But, again, watch this. This is this morning's run of the NAM, already spitting some snow showers out across central Kentucky. Some of those could swipe the Wobbles region as we head towards the morning hours on our Sunday. Notice, too, how close some of these isobars are. Those are lines of constant pressure. When we get a lot of pressure changes in a short period of a short space, we're going to be dealing with very windy conditions. Maybe not as windy as yesterday or last Tuesday, but we are going to be dealing with some very windy conditions as well. It's only going to drive those wind chills closer to 0. as we head through the next few days. So the NAM only runs out 84 hours, so this should take us through at least Tuesday. But notice what the NAM is doing. And the NAM is one of our short-range models. It has greater clarity when it comes to spatial grid spacing, essentially is what we say, how much is being sampled. So notice, it is farther north with this disturbance, keeps some of the heaviest snow south of the border, but keeps it going longer. This is Monday morning. This is 6 a.m. This is 9 a.m. And you'll notice it keeps this snow around the GFS through much of the day, and then heavy snow for our friends out in eastern Kentucky, and then snow showers continuing all the way into Tuesday morning. This is 3 o'clock Tuesday morning. This is 6 o'clock Tuesday morning, and then we are just left behind that with some very cold air. This only goes out to Tuesday evening. This is 6 o'clock Tuesday evening. You'll see the precipitation's done, but we are dealing with very cold air, and that's only going to be enhanced if we do manage to get a little bit of snow on the ground. Already we're dealing with temperatures down into the teens and 20s for daytime highs, overnight lows down into the teens, even the single digits, with colder air beginning to push in as well. So let's add some snowpack on top of that, and it's only going to get colder. So you see by tomorrow, maybe a little bit of light accumulation out there, mainly grassy surfaces. But notice, as we head towards Monday morning, inch of snow, 2 inches in parts of west and middle Tennessee. But notice, it's really bullish in bumping those snow totals up near 4, 5, 6 inches as we head towards the end of the day on Tuesday. Look at what it's spitting out in eastern Kentucky. 8 inches, Jackson, Somerset. That's a lot of snow in a place, in fact, a whole state, we haven't seen a whole lot of snow in a while. We haven't seen cold like this in over a year. So we are going to be dealing with some temperatures we haven't seen in a while out there, and it's something we have to watch, especially with the cold. Never mind the snow, but the snow that the NAM has brought back to the north and west. We talk about these model runs. A lot of them middle of the week, we're starting to push that snow band further to the south and east. They're now starting to trend back to the west. I'm not saying that 4 inches of snow is going to happen. There is no guarantee of that at this point. We're looking at the signal of the models saying, hey, maybe this system's going to start a little bit further to the west and give us that opportunity. I don't want you to take this for a forecast because it's not. Whatever's going to happen with the snow, we're still going to have issues on the roads, no matter if we're dealing with 1 inch or 4 inches of snow. But we just have to be aware of that possibility. Okay, we're still kind of on that line, whether we see some minor snow accumulations or some more moderate snow accumulations. We could see nothing. We could see more than what's being depicted here. There's still some time to watch this because this is kind of in the distance of what the NAM is looking at. We got one more model to look at before we talk about some of the safety tips we've got. But also, this is this morning's run of the NAM temperatures. And you notice by tomorrow morning we're dealing with temperatures in the teens, low to mid-teens, and we don't warm a whole lot as we head through the day. This is an Arctic outbreak throughout much of the country that's already affecting things all throughout the country. Of course, if you've watched any weather media over the last couple of days, you've noticed they've been talking a lot about the AFC wildcard game tonight out in Kansas City, where they're expecting wind chills much more brutal than what we're dealing with here. You see those temperatures by tomorrow afternoon only making it into the 20s, and we get some snowpack on the ground. We wake up in the teens Monday, and we may not get out of the teens on Monday with temperatures overnight Tuesday and into Wednesday, overnight Monday into Tuesday, and then Tuesday into Wednesday also looking very, very cold. And let's throw the wind chills on. You'll see what we're talking about in terms of the wind chills, because we're still going to be dealing with some blowing and gusting winds. Not like yesterday, but we're still going to have some breezes around, and that is something we need to watch. So again, wind chills by tonight. We're waking up with wind chills around 0 in the morning with no snowpack. Look at what's going on in Iowa. Look up here. 30 below, 40 below. It's not going to get that cold here. They already have snowpack. But look what happens. Wind chills don't get above 10 tomorrow. we're down in the single digits as we wake up on Monday morning. And if we keep the snowpack there, combine that with the breeziness, we're talking wind chills by Tuesday morning in the single digits and hovering around 0 for Tuesday into Tuesday night. And if we clear out Tuesday night, once that system kind of pushes away, we're going to be dealing with some very cold air as we head towards Tuesday night and Wednesday, especially if we're able to get colder. We're able to allow what little heat we've got to escape out into space under clear skies. So that's something we need to watch very closely. This is the high-resolution rapid refresh. It's one of our models that runs every hour on an hourly basis. This was this morning's run, and you already see by overnight tonight, this is midnight, already showing some snow showers pushing on in. It probably wouldn't amount to a whole lot, but we need to watch out on the roads, especially with temperatures as cold as they are, because that will equal potential for black ice, slick spots, and some of that snow sticking on the road surface that we need to watch out for very carefully as we head into the late night hours tonight and into early tomorrow. Of course, this is WKU move-in weekend for the spring semester. Spring semester starts on Tuesday with Martin Luther King Jr. holiday on Monday. So we need to watch this very carefully. This is tomorrow afternoon. Temperature's very, very cold. Now, the high-resolution rapid refresh goes just out enough to start to see where some of that snow may go. We get a glancing blow from it on the high-resolution rapid refresh. But again, I think the cold is the bigger story at this point, but I'm not discounting the possibility for snow at this point. We need to watch that possibility as we head through the early hours. This is the day 3 probability for snow greater than 4 inches just into the Wobbles region. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little more. The blue indicates a slight risk. You notice this terminology, with the green indicating a moderate risk for at least 4 inches of snow. Wobbles is right on the edge, and I think that's going to be the story of this particular snow event, is going to be right on the edge. So we're going to have to keep watching these models as they come in today, as they come in tomorrow, and as the snow forms late Sunday night into Monday. We're going to have to keep a very close eye on things as we head through the next couple of days. So these are the briefing slides from the Weather Service in Louisville. Came out early this morning, and you see we already had some of those snow showers up toward Louisville this morning. We're watching that cold front push through with snow showers tonight. We're in that 10 to 20% chance for a dusting to a half inch tonight. Best chances will be east of Interstate 65. That's places like Glasgow. It's places like Scottsville, eastern side there of Allen County, or in Allen County, eastern side of Simpson County as well. Watching those potential for slick spots on the roads tonight. And tomorrow, we talked about the wind chill advisory. It's in effect across the Louisville metro. Wouldn't surprise me if that gets knocked down into our region as we head a little bit later on into next week. I'm not sure about tomorrow, but especially as we head towards next week, for the morning hours, we're going to have to watch those wind chill advisories in place. That Arctic cold front bringing very, very cold wind chills you see over the next few days. The minimum wind chill forecast, Bowling Green, we're talking wind chills below 0, near 10 below. That's right around that wind chill advisory criteria, with air temperatures in the single digits or teens. So if you have to be outside, bundle up as much as you can, because we're talking very, very cold air as we head through tomorrow and into really the first half of the week. Now, what you're looking at here, the probability of minor winter storm impacts. This is a dry, powdery snow. With temperatures as cold as they are, the air is not able to hold as much moisture. So this is not the big, kind of huge snowflakes. We're talking the smaller flakes, the powdery flakes. But that can equal a higher snowfall ratio. Normally it's about 10 to 1. We're talking maybe 15 to 1 with this particular system, because we're dealing with the cold air. So again, Sunday into Sunday night, you notice we're right on that 30 to 40% edge there as well here in Wobbles. Parts of the region close to that 20%, and then parts of the region down near 70%. So again, we have to watch. Nothing is guaranteed. Right now, I would say plan on bitterly cold temperatures for the next several mornings. Tomorrow morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. Plan for brutally cold temperatures. Air temperatures in the upper single digits to near 10, maybe some mid-teens out there. Wind chills down near 0, if not a little below, each and every morning. And we don't warm up a whole lot during the day. If we happen to get a couple of inches of snow, we're not talking, this is probably not one of those big blockbuster snow, shut the whole city down for a week. But we could have some impacts with this, even with the light snow pushing in early this week. A couple of opportunities, again, late tomorrow night into early Monday. And again, as we head toward Tuesday, you notice 72-hour snowfall probabilities of snowfall exceeding 1 inch. We are right on the line. Northern parts of Wobbles near 30%, southern parts near 70%. So we could be dealing with that kind of line right on top of us as we head into Saturday, I should say Sunday night into Monday, and then again early in the week, and then 72-hour snowfall exceeding 3 inches, the probability of that right around about 20%. So I don't want anybody thinking this is going to be one of those big-time blockbuster snows, but with the air as cold as it is, and with this system pushing on through, and we still have some variability to look at this, we're going to be digesting the models. Me and the entire Weather Hunt team, Landon, Jake, and Sam, we're going to be watching this as we head through the next few days because it's kind of hitting at a bad time. Yes, Monday is a federal holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but it's move-in weekend for WKU. Folks headed back to school after the long weekend on Tuesday, so we need to watch things as we head into the early parts of this week. And before we hop off, already the Warren County government, Warren County Fiscal Court, they've already come out with the information on warming centers. If you need a warming center, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday at the State Street UMC. They're at 1101 State Street. Capitol Theater on Tuesday morning, or Tuesday during the day, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's 416 East Main Street in Bowling Green. And the Christ Episcopal Church on Wednesday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. there again on State Street. And of course, if we get any information from the other counties, we'll include that as well as we watch the bitterly cold air in those warming centers beginning to pop up around the region with as cold the air as we have. So again, in recap, cold air, pretty certain. We're looking at very cold temperatures, air temperatures, upper single digits to teens, starting late tonight and going through the next few days. We may get up towards 20 during the day, but with the wind chills, we're talking wind chills near 0, if not below, as we head towards Monday morning, Tuesday morning, and Wednesday morning. And of course, the possibility, again, for some snow accumulation as we head towards Sunday night into Monday. We're going to keep watching this. We'll pop back on Facebook as needed. We'll have updates on the blog, especially tomorrow. We'll have some more updates on the blog and, of course, on our social channels at WXONotBG on X, formerly known as Twitter, as well as on Instagram. We're also on YouTube, if you're not watching this on YouTube, and on our Facebook page, Whether or Not Bowling Green. So we'll have the very latest there as we head through today, and another wrap-up as we head into the day tomorrow. Meteorologist Evan Hatter from Weather or Not Bowling Green will have the very latest. Stick with us.